You know that moment. You've taken the time to get ready, your outfit feels just right, your lipstick is perfect, and you feel beautiful. Almost. But then someone leans in for a hug, and there's that split-second thought. Do I smell older? It's not something we like to say out loud. But if you've ever wondered, you're not imagining it. And more importantly, you're not alone. After 60, something happens that no one warned us about. Our bodies begin to produce a natural compound, subtle, invisible, and often misunderstood, that clings to our skin, our clothes, even our hair. It's not about hygiene or cleanliness. It's simply chemistry. And the truth is, many women over 60 start to notice a quiet shift. Perfume doesn't last like it used to. The scent we loved in our 40s feels too strong, too sweet, or simply doesn't smell right anymore. Sometimes it even makes things worse. But here's the beautiful news. We can change that. Completely. What if I told you that just by choosing the right fragrance, one designed for the graceful, evolving woman you are, you could not only erase that unwanted scent, but reveal something so much more powerful: confidence. Presence. A sense of self that speaks before you say a word. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 extraordinary perfumes created not to cover you up, but to enhance everything that's already elegant about you. Scents that neutralize the natural changes of mature skin, work with your unique body chemistry, and leave behind only one impression. She smells unforgettable. We'll talk about the science behind scent and aging, why your favorite perfume might not be working anymore, and how just one small change can make you feel like you again. So stay with me. This is more than just a list of perfumes. This is about reclaiming how you show up in the world with grace, dignity, and yes, a little mystery too. Let's start with the truth no one talks about, but every woman deserves to know. After 60, our skin doesn't just change in appearance, it changes in chemistry. Scientists have discovered that our bodies begin producing a compound called 2-nonenal, a perfectly natural byproduct of aging. It forms when the oils in our skin oxidize, especially as hormone levels shift and skin renewal slows down. The result? A subtle scent that clings, lingers, and becomes part of how others experience us, even when we can't detect it ourselves. You might have walked into your aunt's or mother's home and noticed that faint, musty smell. One day you pause and ask, "Is that me?" And it catches you off guard, not because you've done anything wrong, but because no one told you this was coming. What makes it even more frustrating is that most perfumes, especially the ones we've loved for years, can actually make it worse. Those lush floral scents that felt so romantic in our 30s and 40s, they often react badly with 2-nonenal, amplifying rather than neutralizing the scent. So when you spritz on your old favorite and it smells different, maybe too strong or oddly sour, it's not your imagination. It's your body telling you it has changed, and your fragrance needs to change with it. Here's what's empowering, though. You don't need to give up perfume. You just need one that understands you now. Today, there are fragrances specially crafted for mature skin, formulas that gently balance, not overpower. They blend into your skin like silk, adapting to your chemistry instead of fighting against it. The right scent doesn't just smell pleasant, it works with you to create something soft, clean, and deeply personal. And once you find that perfect match, everything shifts. People lean in closer, hugs linger longer. And most importantly, you feel good, confident, refreshed, fully yourself. Next, let me show you what to look for in a scent that honors your evolution and quietly makes the world take notice. They were made for women who carry stories in their smile, who've lived through seasons, and who still want to walk into a room and feel seen. Let me introduce you to 5 exceptional scents that don't just smell beautiful, they work with mature skin, neutralize age-related odor, and enhance your natural grace. We'll begin with a scent so soft and clean it feels like second skin. 1. Skin by Clean Reserve. You, only softer. There's something magical about a fragrance that doesn't scream but whispers. Skin by Clean Reserve is just that kind of magic. It doesn't try to be youthful or trendy. It doesn't overwhelm the room with boldness or drama. Instead, it smells like something familiar. Fresh skin just out of the shower, a warm towel draped over your shoulders, a quiet Sunday morning light. The notes are subtle and clean. Fresh musk, honeydew, and lotus blossom in the opening. As it settles, you'll notice gentle hints of tonka bean, dewy petals, and a soft, salted praline base. But what makes this fragrance so beloved among mature women is its ability to blend beautifully with the natural chemistry of older skin. It doesn't mask. It balances. The natural skin musks in this perfume work with your body, not against it, gently softening any sharp notes created by 2-nonenal, the aging-related scent we talked about earlier. That's why it feels like part of you rather than something added on. Perfect for daily wear, Skin by Clean Reserve is one of those rare scents that draws people in without trying. Someone may lean closer during a hug and quietly say, "You smell amazing. What is that?" And the truth is, it smells like you, only cleaner, smoother, more serene. This fragrance isn't loud. It doesn't beg for attention, but it does something better. It reminds you that elegance can be quiet and presence can be soft. And sometimes the softest scent leaves the deepest impression. 2. Jo Malone, Wood Sage, Sea Salt. Fresh air for the soul. Some scents don't just smell good, they feel like freedom. Jo Malone's Wood Sage Sea Salt is one of those rare fragrances that brings a sense of clarity the moment you breathe it in. It smells like the ocean breeze brushing against your cheek, the quiet rustle of linen as you walk along a rocky shore, the calm confidence of being exactly where you belong. This scent opens with ambrette seed, a soft, clean musk that immediately feels grounding. Then comes the sea salt, crisp, fresh, slightly mineral, like a wave crashing and fading into the sand. At the base is earthy sage and driftwood, giving it depth and warmth without heaviness. Why does this perfume work so beautifully for mature skin? Because it's balanced. It avoids the sugary sweetness or sharp florals that can clash with the skin's natural chemistry as we age. Instead, it brings in natural elements, salt, wood, musk, that help neutralize musty undertones and enhance your skin's own quiet elegance. It's also unisex, which means it's intentionally subtle. That makes it perfect for everyday wear or special moments when you want to feel refreshed, not perfumed. And here's something women often say after wearing it: "I feel more awake, more alive." Because that's what it does. It doesn't overpower, it opens. It doesn't try to be noticed, it draws people in gently. Wood Sage. Sea salt is more than a scent. It's a reminder that you are still vibrant, still grounded, and still free to express your presence however you choose. 3. Hermès, Jardin Sur Le Nil, elegance in every breath. Some fragrances don't just scent your skin, they tell a story. Hermès Jardin Sur Le Nil is a fragrance born from a journey, specifically a serene walk through the lush gardens along the Nile River. It's a scent that feels alive, green, and endlessly refreshing. Not youthful in a naive way, but timeless in its quiet sophistication. It opens with a surprising twist: green mango and grapefruit, tart, juicy, and just the right touch of brightness. The heart softens into lotus flower and calamus reed, watery and calm, while the base lingers with sycamore wood and a whisper of incense. What makes this fragrance stand out for women over 60? It breathes. While some perfumes can feel like a heavy coat, this one is like a flowing silk scarf, light, graceful, and always moving with you. It doesn't cling or overwhelm. Instead, it lifts. The green mango in particular gives this scent a fresh edge that cuts gently through any stale or oily undertones that may appear on mature skin. It brightens your natural chemistry rather than hiding it, allowing your presence to feel clean, serene, and quietly radiant. This is the scent for the woman who still loves to learn, still greets each morning with curiosity, still walks barefoot in her garden, or loses herself in a favorite book. Wearing un Jardin Sur Le Nil is like pressing pause just for a moment to savor who you are right now. It's elegance without effort. And it's unforgettable. 4. Shiseido, Ginza, grace with quiet strength. There are fragrances that whisper softness, and others that carry quiet power. Ginza by Shiseido is both. Inspired by Tokyo's most elegant district, this scent blends delicate florals with grounding woods in a way that feels balanced, composed, and deeply feminine. It doesn't chase attention. It holds space. The first impression is fresh and inviting. Pomegranate and pink pepper, slightly sweet with a soft, spicy sparkle. At the heart are magnolia and jasmine, floral but never too powdery, never too loud. And then comes the foundation, hinoki wood, sandalwood, and a trace of patchouli, earthy, sacred, warm. What sets Ginza apart for mature women is how beautifully it adapts to the skin. The hinoki wood, used in traditional Japanese temples for its clean, purifying scent, helps neutralize the natural oils on aging skin that may carry unwanted undertones. Instead of clashing, Ginza works with your chemistry, creating a scent that smells not like perfume, but like a moment of self-possession. It lasts beautifully, often over 8 hours when applied after moisturizing, something rare and precious on mature skin. This is a fragrance for the woman who knows who she is, the one who walks with intention, speaks with kindness, and carries herself with quiet confidence. It's not a scent that demands to be noticed. It's the one that lingers, elegant, clean, grounded. Wearing Ginza is like slipping into something tailored just for your spirit. It reminds the world, and you, that strength and softness are never opposites. They are what make you unforgettable. 5. Labo. Another. 13. The scent of mystery and memory. Some perfumes announce themselves the moment you enter a room. Another 13 by Labo does the opposite. It waits. It lingers. It draws people in slowly, almost like a secret. This is not a floral. It's not sweet. It doesn't sparkle or bloom in the traditional sense, and that's exactly what makes it unforgettable. Another 13 is for the woman who no longer needs to prove anything, who finds strength in stillness, who speaks softly but always leaves an impression. The top note is ambroxan, a modern, clean molecule that mimics the scent of ambergris but with none of the heaviness. As it settles, you catch hints of musk, iso a super, and a light touch of jasmine and pear. But what you really smell is something difficult to describe. Soft skin, warm cotton, maybe even paper fresh from a book. What makes this fragrance so unique for mature women is how it adapts. It melds with your skin. On some, it smells creamy and comforting. On others, crisp and luminous. And because it doesn't fight against natural skin oils, it gently tones down any signs of age-related scent without ever feeling artificial. This is what I call a close scent, the kind that isn't noticed from across the room, but felt when someone leans in. It becomes part of your presence, quiet, personal, intimate. Wearing another 13 is like wearing a memory that only the right people will recognize. It's not for everyone. But if it finds you and fits, you may never want to wear anything else. Each of these 5 scents tells a different story. Yours to choose, yours to wear. But finding the right fragrance is only half the secret. To truly let it shine, last, and linger, you need to know how to wear it right, especially on mature skin. Let me show you how. The secret to making your perfume last after 60. Let's be honest, there's nothing more disappointing than falling in love with a beautiful perfume, spraying it on with joy, and realizing by lunchtime, it's gone. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And more importantly, it's not your fault. As we age, our skin changes in ways that directly affect how perfume behaves. It becomes thinner, drier, and less oily. And since fragrance molecules cling best to moisture and natural oils, they simply have less to hold on to. But here's the good news. With just a few simple changes to how you apply perfume, you can make your favorite scent last hours longer. sometimes all day. It starts with something we often overlook, hydration. Always begin with clean, moisturized skin. After your shower, while your skin is still slightly damp, apply an unscented body lotion or light oil, like almond, shea butter, or coconut. Fragrance-free is important because added scent in your lotion can clash with your perfume. Let that sink in for 5 minutes. Then, when your skin feels soft and supple, that's the perfect moment to spray your perfume. Why does this matter? Because perfume needs a base. Think of your skin like a canvas. If it's too dry, the fragrance fades quickly or changes in scent. But with moisture underneath, it holds on to every note, letting it bloom slowly and beautifully. Now let's talk about where to apply. Most of us instinctively go for the wrists and neck, and that's not wrong, but there are other spots that are far more effective for mature skin. Try applying perfume to these pulse points: behind your ears, inside your elbows, at the base of your throat, behind your knees, around your belly button. Why these places? Because they emit gentle body heat, which helps release the fragrance gradually over time. This means the scent stays alive and evolving throughout your day, not just in the first hour. One unexpected trick: your hair. Spray a bit of perfume on your hairbrush, let it air out for a few seconds, then run it through your hair. Hair holds scent beautifully and gives you a gentle waft with every movement. Just avoid spraying directly onto strands, especially if your hair is dry or color-treated. Another tip: your clothing. Lightly spritz the inside of your collar, scarf, or the lining of a jacket. Fabric, especially natural fibers like cotton or silk, can retain fragrance much longer than skin. Just make sure to avoid delicate fabrics that may stain. And now, here's something almost everyone gets wrong: don't rub your wrists together. It's a habit we learned long ago, but unfortunately, it breaks down the delicate molecules in your perfume and changes the scent's structure. Instead, spritz and let the fragrance air dry naturally on your skin. If you're out and about for a long day, consider carrying a travel-size bottle or rollerball of your fragrance for a gentle midday refresh. But with the right prep, you might not even need it. Here's what matters most. Applying perfume isn't just a beauty step, it's a ritual, a moment just for you, a small, sensual way to begin your day with intention. It's how you say, "I'm here, I care about myself, and I choose to feel good." So take the extra few minutes. Moisturize. Breathe in the scent. Place it thoughtfully on your skin, because when you wear perfume with care, it doesn't just last longer, it speaks more clearly. And it reminds you, every time you catch that soft trail of scent, that you are still blooming, still beautiful, and absolutely unforgettable. Perfume is more than a scent, it's a reflection of you. Perfume is often seen as a finishing touch, a pretty detail, a luxury even. But for women who've lived, loved, endured, and evolved, it's something much deeper. It's not just about smelling good, it's about how we feel in our own skin. For many of us, scent is tied to our earliest, most powerful memories: the smell of our mother's hug, the perfume we wore on our wedding day, the soft trail of fragrance left behind on a pillow, a scarf, a letter. A single breath can take us back in time, to laughter, to love, to the moment we truly felt beautiful. Science confirms it. Our sense of smell is wired directly into the limbic system, the part of the brain that processes memory and emotion. That's why scent doesn't just float on the air, it settles deep inside us. And as we age, this connection becomes even more profound. Because let's be honest, after 60, the world doesn't always see us the way we see ourselves. Society has a way of quieting older women, of making us feel like we should take up less space, speak more softly, dress more neutrally, blend into the background. But fragrance? It refuses to let that happen. When you choose a scent that speaks to your spirit, you reclaim something powerful. You remind yourself and the world that you are still vibrant, still sensual, still here. And it doesn't have to be loud. In fact, the most powerful scents often whisper. They're the ones that stay with people long after you've left the room, the ones that create presence without needing attention. that speak not of youth, but of depth. This is especially meaningful for mature women, because when our skin changes, our hormones shift, and our reflection no longer looks the way it once did. Our scent can remain steady. It can become our signature, a quiet strength, a soft rebellion. A reminder of who we are. That's why I believe perfume is not vanity. It's identity. It's a ritual of self-respect. The moment each morning when you say, I'm showing up today, not for anyone else, but for me. Even if no one else smells it, you do. And that matters. Because we don't wear perfume for approval. We wear it for connection. To our past, to our femininity, to our joy, to that feeling of putting on something lovely and saying without words, this is who I am. And when you find the right fragrance, one that blends with your chemistry, your mood, your stage of life, it becomes more than a scent. It becomes part of you. So yes, perfume is far more than something pretty in a bottle. It's presence. It's memory. It's power. It's self-expression without apology. And if it helps you feel just a little more like yourself again, then it's not a luxury. It's a lifeline. A quiet thank you and a gentle invitation. Before we part, I want to pause for something that often gets overlooked in the rush of information, reviews, and recommendations. Thank you. Thank you for giving yourself this time. For sitting with your tea, your thoughts, and your heart open enough to take in something new. This video may have been about perfume on the surface, but you and I both know it was about something much deeper. It was about presence. Because after 60, there's a shift many of us feel but don't always say out loud. A sense that the world doesn't see us as clearly, that we've become less noticeable, less radiant, less remembered. And yet everything you've lived through, every joy, every loss, every reinvention, has made you more nuanced, more grounded, more full of grace. Wearing perfume won't change the world's perception overnight, but it's one of those small, meaningful choices that brings us back to ourselves. That says, I am still here. I still matter, and I still want to feel beautiful in my own way. That is not vanity. That is dignity. So if today's message sparked something in you, a memory, a feeling, a desire to reconnect with yourself, I hope you'll carry that with you. And maybe, just maybe, you'll open a bottle of something lovely tomorrow morning, not to impress anyone, but to simply enjoy being you. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Is there a fragrance that makes you feel unstoppable? One that brings back a special time in your life, or simply makes today feel a little brighter? Share it in the comments. You never know who you might inspire. Another woman may read your words and think, maybe I'll try that. And in that quiet moment, a thread of connection forms. If this video felt like a conversation with a friend, someone who sees you, I'd be honored if you subscribed. This space is for us, for women who are growing, glowing, and not done dreaming. I create videos about beauty, style, self-care, and aging with elegance, not to chase youth, but to celebrate the power of becoming. And if you're curious about skincare that truly works with mature skin, not against it, I've got a video just for that. You can find it right here. Pause. Smile. Remember, fragrance is not about covering up. It's about revealing something true. You are not fading. You are unfolding, and everything about you, your scent, your softness, your story is worth noticing. So until next time, stay gentle with yourself. Stay bold with your beauty, and never forget, you're not invisible. You are unforgettable.